3-2-1, 3-2-1. The Rockford IceHogs enter their final week of the regular season and look to continue their push up the Central Division standings tonight as they go out on the road to Des Moines, Iowa at Wells Fargo Arena and rematch against the Iowa Wild. Hello, hockey fans. Joseph Zakrzewski with you for tonight's episode of IceHogs Warmup. Coming up on the program, we're going to go inside the locker room, hear from the coaching staff as well as your favorite players, and come back live to Wells Fargo Arena and get you ready for the opening puck drop. Now, these two teams just saw each other on Sunday, but it's changed a little bit for your Rockford IceHogs. They have already punched the ticket to the postseason, currently sitting fourth place, now looking to climb. As for the Iowa Wild, though, they saw their postseason push dashed last night as the Texas Stars would grab that fifth and final playoff spot. So let's take a look at the Central Division standings entering tonight's matchup, and we'll show you a little bit more there as the IceHogs enter with a record of 36-28, 4-1. Fourth place, as mentioned, they sit, but again, just a stone's throw away from tracking down the Milwaukee Admirals. As for the Iowa Wild, a 32-34-5 standing for them. They are just on the outside looking in sixth place. The IceHogs looking to challenge Milwaukee for third. Their magic number to do so is 6 points. Now, that could be 2 points grabbed, whether it's tonight in Iowa or on Saturday against Chicago, but it's really going to come down to the head-to-head series between the IceHogs and the Admirals, which will be on Friday night in Milwaukee. But the IceHogs can certainly help their cause with a victory in Des Moines. As for the Iowa Wild, they saw their postseason hopes dashed last night. The Texas Stars, they leapfrogged over the Iowa Wild last weekend, especially after claiming 2 wins here in Des Moines on Friday and Saturday, and they would actually grab the victory up in Winnipeg. Just a quick one stop up north of the border, and they would earn that victory last night against the Moose to grab the fifth and final playoff spot. Looking at the IceHogs, it's an opportunity to push out of the play-in round, which would be a best-of-3, and move into the division semifinals, which would be a best-of-5, a much better scenario in terms of looking for the playoff future. But the IceHogs also looking to bounce back after a tough 5-3 loss to the Iowa Wild on Sunday at BMO Harris Bank Center. They would push back from an early 2-0 deficit, would tie up the game twice, but could never find the go-ahead goal. Forwards Mike Hardman, Cameron Morrison, and Andre Altabarmakian would each grab goals in the hockey game, and forward Lucas Reichel would have 2 assists, and those 2 helpers would push him past Vinny Hinostroza for the most points all time by an IceHogs rookie, and at 53 points he enters tonight, tied for 6th among AHL rookies. But the IceHogs' downfall on Sunday, though, was the parade to the penalty box. They gave up 3 power play goals against, which would tie a season high. As for the Iowa Wild, certainly disappointing in having to wrap up their season here tonight in Des Moines after seeing their postseason push dashed last night by the Texas Stars. But they want to finish on a high note. Certainly doing so in front of their hometown fans would be a big bonus. And they're coming off that big victory over the IceHogs on Sunday to close out a 3-game and 3-day weekend, dropping that Friday and Saturday showdown to Texas, which would ultimately decide their season. Forward Kyle Rowell became the all-time Iowa Wild leading scorer on Sunday with 2 goals against the IceHogs in the third period, including the game-winning tally, and that would pass Sam Annis, and he enters now tonight with 199 points as a member of the Wild in his career. And forward Marco Rossi would also have 2 assists in that hockey game. He would pull even with Lucas Reichel at 53 points, both of them rookies, and both of them tied for 6th in the AHL rookie scoring race. When breaking down the head-to-head series, tonight is the 12th and final meeting between the two clubs and the second of 2 in a row dating back to last Sunday. The IceHogs are 3-5-3 against the Wild this year, and right now trying to get the upper hand in a building that is very difficult to play in and Wells Fargo Arena. They're just 1-3-1 in this building, just 2 wins overall in Des Moines in their last 16 games dating back the last several seasons, so it's going to be a tough task at hand for the IceHogs to come away victorious tonight. Let's take a look at the Lou Backroad Automall 3 keys to the contest for your Rockford IceHogs. And key number 1 is to get those road legs moving early. IceHogs traveling yesterday, able to get settled in an early morning skate today with the early start time, and they want to take home ice advantage away quickly. They saw what Iowa was able to do on Sunday with that quick 2-0 lead at the BMO, so the Hogs looking to replicate that, turn that around, and get them back on their heels early tonight. Key number 2 is to stay disciplined, and that results in that parade to the penalty box we were talking about earlier. The IceHogs took way too many penalties against the Iowa Wild. The Wild, the team that is one of the top penalized teams in the American Hockey League. They can get under your skin and agitate you rather easily, and the IceHogs throughout this season series have certainly shown that, but they need to stay level-headed tonight. And key number 3 is to win the special teams battle. Iowa had the upper hand on Sunday with those 3 power play goals against that would tie a season high against for the IceHogs, but Rockford also held their own on the man advantage. They were 1 for 1 in what limited time they had, but were able to strike and strike quickly. So the Hogs needing to have that upper hand when up a man going into tonight's matchup against the Wild. The Rockford IceHogs look to continue their push up the Central Division standings, whereas the Iowa Wild trying to wrap up their season with a winning effort tonight at Wells Fargo Arena, so it'll certainly be a fun one as these two teams rematch from this past Sunday. Well, coming up on IceHogs Warmup, we're going to go inside the locker room, hear from the coaching staff, also your favorite players, and we'll come live back to Des Moines and get you ready for the opening puck drop. So stay tuned for more IceHogs Warmup.